Let's talk about board composition and why people say it's good to have an odd number of board members on your board. Conventional wisdom says that it's better to have an odd number of board members so that you have someone who can break a tie. But the situation is a lot more complex than that, and there are many other factors to consider, not just the number of people you have on your board. First of all, when you and your co-founder are both on the board, you have to have a relationship with your co-founder in a way that you trust them completely, which means that you should be comfortable having two people on the board without thinking that you need a third person to break a tie. You are, in fact, co-founders, and you signed up as co-founders for a reason, and that reason must include ultimate trust. I trust my co-founder to actually vote on the board on my behalf if I happen to be not there. And if you have a group of investors on your board that are all like related to one another, as in they know each other and they're colluding, it doesn't matter what the size of your board is and whether it's odd or even, you've lost the plot. So the board composition is in fact not about the founders. Rather, it's about investors and how the board starts forming after the first major round and how you grow that. The typical composition is that every price round will add a director to your board. But if the company is going through hard times and you have to raise bridge rounds, and those bridge rounds happen to be convertible notes, sometimes it will come with the requirement of adding a board member, and you'll be hard pressed to say no because you're in a tough situation. And very rarely such situations may even lead to the same investor owning multiple board seats, which of course is horrible. And then, of course, people will tell you that you can add an independent board member who is not financially motivated to balance out the investors on the board. But that, again, is only really possible if you have a healthy board and a healthy company to begin with. Otherwise, you're not going to find great independent people who are willing to sit on a board that is not so great. Where does that leave you? What should you be thinking about in terms of forming a board? It's imperative that you have an exceptional relationship with the very first member you're adding to your board. This is super critical. Everything follows from there. When your first investor board member or an external board member is a huge supporter of the founders, things are in the right place. Typically, your seed or Series A board member is your biggest champion, and you want to make sure that they are 100% on your side as the board grows. And this is typically the case. They believed in you before anyone else did. And unless you do something horrific, they should be on your side. I've come across healthy boards and chaotic boards, and the difference was actually the first board member. One last thing, if you can push off having a formal board until you raise Series A and not do it at the seed stage, that would be so much better, and you should try to do that.